I'm Jared Dienda, and this is Snap-on Tools Great Garages. We're here in Sarasota, Florida to check out a shop that does, well, everything. Let's take a closer look at SCNS Motors. Hank, how's it going, man?
Hey, Jared. Good to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. We're here in Sarasota, Florida, and just walking up here, you're seeing a lot of different manufacturers. You're seeing a lot of things going on. This looks like a clubhouse. I can hang out here all day. Got a shop dog. You know, you got a lot of things going on here. But break down SCNS. First, I got to ask, what's it mean?
SCNS stands for Super Cracker Neck Snapper.
I love it. I love it, man. That's great. So how long have you been around, and why this shop? Because, again, I'm seeing a lot of diversity here.
Well, we've been here about 5 years now at this location, and we like all things that go fast. We don't have a specific brand or a specific thing.
That's great. And Snap-on Tools, when did you start your relationship with Snap-on Tools?
Snap-on goes back a long ways, but personally, like everybody, started out with basic stuff and dreamed of having nice tools at some point, and we finally got to the point where we are able to do that.
Do you feel like, again, with the diversity of vehicles from old school to modern day, and we'll get into kind of what your capabilities are here, do you feel there's a difference with Snap-on Tools and other manufacturers? And do you think that also helps you kind of, because your business is only promoted by word of mouth?
True. But so much of business is having the right tools, the right equipment to do what you're going to do. Time is expensive. Yeah. And when you don't have the equipment that you need or the tools that you have don't work, it costs you a lot more money than doing it right the first time. So,
man, look at this. We didn't even pay him to say that. But how many employees do you have?
We have 5 here now.
Okay, and this is a large. You got a large footprint here. So 5. You guys are working on a lot of different cars.
We are. We have a lot of different projects, restorations, hot rods, performance.
Usually, I ask on kind of the back end of what tools at the top of your list. I'm going to hit you square between the eyes. What is at the top of the list of acquiring off of the Snap-on truck? What kind of tool comes to mind?
Well, generally all of the general service tools we have. So what we are usually looking for are the more specific specialty type equipment.
Well, Hank, you know, we could talk about cars, but it's better even seeing them. So if we could, let's step a little further in your shop and take a look at just the first room of many here at your shop.
Great. Most everything we have here has a story, and that's what it's all about.
I love it. Step further in the garage, a lot of these vehicles are yours. They all have a really cool, unique story.
They do. I'm very sentimental about vehicles that I've had in the past and the story of them and the passion that's involved, and that's the kind of customer we look for as well. So I have things like my dad's 69 Corvette he bought new, a 70 GTO that my wife and I went on a honeymoon in. We've had in the family for probably, I don't know, 40 years or so now. The 54 Chevy pickup up top was my high school lawnmower money truck. I rebuilt that in my driveway. Kind of really started my desire for restoring old things. 64 R-Code Galaxy, originally ordered as an
I'll take that.
as a drag car.
That one's awesome.
No mirrors. It's a survivor. I love Vipers, Hellcats. I got an SRT 10 truck I've had for a number of years. We're pretty much into Coyote Mustangs. We do a lot of that stuff for customers, that type of thing. So.
That type of stuff, like all of it, collecting them like Hot Wheels. I mean, it's really impressive. That car right there, very unique. What is that?
That's a 51 Ford Prefect, an English Ford. So kind of an upscale Anglia, if you will. The guy that owns it actually travels all over the world and spends a fair amount of time in England. So he did a lot of bird dogging, finding oddball things that you can find in England that you can't find here.
I like it.
And that one is just about complete.
Yeah, just really refined, looks great, unique. I've never seen one over here in the States. Let's talk about some of your employees. Who do we have in the shop, and who could we talk to about working here?
Well, we've got a wide variety of skills here. We have a tuner here that's full-time, a guy here that kind of oversees the overall operations in the shop, as well as he does a lot of fabrication work. And then we have people that are younger that are learning, but they're doing a little bit of everything.
Cool. Who should we catch up with first?
Let's go talk to Lee.
Okay, let's find Lee.
All right.
Lee, nice to meet you, man.
Eric, nice to meet you.
Yeah, great shop here, big, just, I mean, it looks great. You got to be really diverse as far as your background. So what's your background as far as being a technician?
Well, since I was yay high, been tearing stuff apart, putting it back together.
Maintaining a lifestyle, working on cars, you know, I mean, it's just great to see you kind of develop. And did you have any technical training, actually going to a trade school or anything like that?
Negative.
Wow, that's great.
It's all trial and error for me.
So taking a look at Hank and his investment, building these cars, you know, being in this building for 5 years, investing in tools. I understand this is going to reside up in his home state of Maine, so he's stocked up this beautiful Epic and love this new feature. this light right here. Yeah, look. Yeah. Open up, come in with a sound effect, right? But I mean, he's completely stocked it. Is this kind of Hank's methodology? If you're going to do it right.
That's the way he goes.
Yeah, to step in further into the box, and this. Love the laser cut because you'll see how just aesthetically clean it is.
Yes.
And with Hank sharing all his tools, you know, basically outside of your own tools, you're gonna know if something's gone too.
Absolutely, and then you're like, who's got my plier?
Right. Well, thank you so much, Lee. Great
Jared,
shop.
thank you.
Some great work. Hank, we're deeper into your shop here. Got a nice big blue Epic. Tell me what you have in here.
Well, this the way we kind of operate is we have carts for each of the techs, and they take their carts to their area. We got 14,000 square feet.
Yeah, 14,000 square feet. Better be mobile. Got your hand tools in here and more specialty items over here.
Right. So this system, we keep all of our universal systems in for coolant flushing, filling type stuff, brake tools, specialty tools that you're not going to every day.
Smoke
everyday
machines and stuff like that.
Right.
And you run your business a little differently. Elaborate on that, because usually in other shops, say dealerships or whatever, the technicians are buying their own tools. You make the choice of basically making that purchase for your techs.
Yeah, I invest in the tools, and you know, if one of my guys is on the truck and they need a tool for doing what they're working on, I invest in that tool so that they can do their job.
Yeah, you're setting them up for success.
Yes,
yeah.
And myself too.
Yeah, right.
It's a team effort.
Exactly. So let's talk about the most common tool you find in your hand and one of your favorite tools.
Well, you know, so a standard go-to is the cordless 3/8 impact. You know, the useful tool for everything.
Yeah.
And we use these a lot, and all the variations of them. You got offset drills, you got all kinds of things. But these tools are fantastic.
Yeah, this is good, man. Going into the evolution of your business, being 5 years old, you obviously have an affinity for really cool cars. We're going to step over here to the four-wheel, all-wheel drive dyno over here, because there's a vehicle that resides over here that you said, I want it, we're going to build it, and now you've taken a step further and you're monetizing that, meaning you're working with dealerships to build these vehicles. What do we have over here?
We have a 2020 Gladiator with a Hellcat driveline in it.
Sweet, that is a hot rod, man. I mean, that's, you know, you see all these different versions, and you know, the Gladiator 2020 truck of the year, and then you throw in, you know, this Hellcat engine. It's kind of what the Gladiator should have come with, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Gladiator is a great truck, even in stock form,
Yeah.
but I've had a number of Hellcats over the years. I love Hellcat drivelines, and it seemed like a perfect marriage.
Awesome.
So we got one together, we got it on the dyno. We'll go ahead and fire it up and show you what the dyno's all
And
about.
who are we going to talk to over there?
We're going to talk to Daniel. He's one of our tuners.
All right, let's head on over there.
All right.
Dana, what's up, man?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. So this thing is awesome. It sounds like the Gladiator kind of looks. It's new to the market, and then let's throw some more horsepower. It's impressive.
It's very impressive. For what it is, it's a great kit.
Yeah, so you can go NA, you can go supercharged. This is a supercharged setup. How much horsepower?
Roughly 550 to the wheel.
It's definitely impressive. You're a technician. How long have you worked here?
Just over 2 years, actually.
Okay, you like it here?
Loving it.
That's awesome.
Awesome place to work. Great guys.
So overall, this Gladiator, they need to be a Rubicon because they need to be beefed up.
Correct. Part of the package is a torque converter, adapter plate that they make to run the transfer case. It is a nice billet piece that it's a patented design by them to be able to run it.
It needs to be stout in order to handle this
Correct.
horsepower.
Yeah.
You know, you start throwing some RPM, you start dropping a gear or something like that, and start rolling it.
Correct. And very few people leave stock wheels on it, so
Right.
these aren't very easy to turn, so
No.
you feel it.
Yeah. What tool do you most commonly find in your hand when you're wrenching here at the shop?
To be honest, it'd be a torque wrench.
Okay.
Got to make sure things are tight.
Like this guy right here?
This guy right here. More than anything, it's safety. When we're at the racetrack, this thing's a lifesaver. Got to keep the wheels tight, make sure everything's good and torqued. Visually, you can see it because of the lights. The sound is very audible, and the vibrations are awesome.
Yeah, just with a lot of the late model cars, you could really upset something. Check engine light could come on if you don't do torque angle exactly right, you know, on like a supercharger or something like that.
Oh yeah, they're almost too smart for their own good.
Well, that's why you combat it with a smart tool like this, right?
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, so awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Aaron, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
First and foremost, how long you been here?
Been here for around 2 years.
What was your prior experience before you came to the shop?
I grew up at the racetrack. My dad's raced my whole life, so second nature to me. Anything with an engine,
gets me going or whatever. I happened to be doing some trim work and stalled out a little bit, and I ended up hanging around the shop for like 6-8 months.
Okay.
And they finally gave me a job, so couldn't be happier how it worked out.
School of hard knocks and busted knuckles. So being a technician early on, getting your AC certification, how important is it to start with good tools out of the gate?
Extremely important, because I mean, if your tools are breaking all the time, it just throws you off the job. You're having to replace them. If you buy the quality tools, they'll last, and it's very important.
And your evolution of Snap-on tools, you know, you started out with a car, it evolved. You got a great looking classic over there as well. That black with the purple trim, it's a unique setup.
Yeah, we love it. Definitely glad I upgraded. It's got the power drawer. It's more space than I needed, but I'm making room now, and definitely glad I upgraded.
Room to grow. Speaking of growing, you got an assortment of tools on these carts. These are great just to get around the shop. What are you working with primarily?
Definitely this is the first thing I ever bought off the tool truck. It gets in a lot of spaces, and it definitely saves your hands in a tight spot. You know, you're always ripping your hands on something. Definitely a tool worth buying.
Got some power there, and it looks like it's been used.
Oh yeah.
Which means you're putting in the right space.
Yeah, a little brake clean takes it right off the green. Looks good as new. Yesterday it was black.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so a great assortment here, great box. So yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hank, thank you so much. Thank you for showing us your shop. Just the evolution of what you've done, utilizing Snap-on tools. Started with your dad, on to you, and now a next generation like this Ford Mustang over here. Thank you so much.
Well, I look fine on the outside, but deep inside, I feel like I need to buy more tools.
as do a lot of technicians, but I love it. You're spreading that joy, and it's just a great shop that you have here. Thanks for using Snap-on tools. But I got to ask, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to spitball. You got the Hellcat engine in the Gladiator, the Gladcat. What do you think?
We'll think about it.
Okay. All right. Well, regardless, let's unstrap it and let's see what that thing can do. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's ride. Let us know in the comments below, what's your dream combo? Which engine in which chassis? As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for all things Snap-on tools. Send it, Hank!